Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go. Hi guys, ShadowLink793 here.
And I'm his cousin.
And this is our spoiler review / retrospective of Man of Steel.
Dun dun dun.
This is kind of part 2 of our previous Man of Steel Superman retrospective.
If you guys would be so kind to watch it.
It's in the description box. It's in the box.
Linky link, link, link.
It's in the related videos, guys. Come on.
Come on, you know you want to.
Come on. Okay, anyway, I'll let you have this one.
Okay, so we're here gonna be talking about the Man of Steel movie. The entire thing about it, so there will be spoilers.
We are going to be spoiling this thing rotten.
So, you have been warned.
You have been, if you haven't seen the movie yet, go see it, and then watch this video.
Yeah, we can wait.
Okay,
done waiting. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Okay, so, let's see. When
we start off on Krypton.
When we first see Krypton, you know?
Yeah, okay, we're starting off with the first thing we see. The first thing we see is Superman's mother giving birth to him.
Well, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
First I was going through, like, okay, if you want to start somewhere in the beginning, start right there.
And then, after that, Jor-El meets with the High Council of Krypton.
They look gay in their outfits, though.
I don't understand their outfits in this movie.
Whatever, they're aliens.
Okay, whatever.
Screw it.
And it's there where you find out Krypton is going to be destroyed because they've been using their natural resources. They've been outsourcing the planet's core. I do like how there's a reason that Krypton is blowing up. In the first movie, it was just like, oh, this planet's blowing up. Deal with it.
You gotta admit, pretty dumb on them to exploit the planet's inner core for energy.
What were they even exploiting?
They were being overpopulated, I think, was the problem.
Were they?
And, like, they needed power or something like that.
Oh, yeah. You see that in the movie that their babies are born in, like, these matrix-like tubes.
But it's different because Jor-El has a son that's been naturally birthed since...
Because apparently giving birth to a child naturally is optional, I guess.
Yeah, like, I think that the purpose was... I think he explained that the purpose is because, like, he has a choice.
Yeah.
To be whatever he wants
I know
to be.
that, but I'm asking why there wasn't a natural-born son before this. Or baby before this point.
Maybe because Krypton was being all militarized and they needed people in their assumed roles from the get-go.
But the Kryptonian people don't have special needs or anything? They don't want to procreate on their own?
They do the whole thing from the movie Ants. If anyone watched the movie Ants, where they decide at birth whose job is gonna be whose. And with the whole Matrix thing that they have, that stupid birthing Matrix, that's like, okay, you're gonna be a worker, you're gonna be a soldier, and like with Jor-El's kid, it's supposed to be like, hey, he could be like anything he wants to be, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Freedom.
Hope. Okay. Anyway. Okay, Zod gets captured after he murders Jor-El, and then him and his followers are banished and sent to the Phantom Zone.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Technically, he tried to take over Krypton while it's almost exploding.
Yeah.
Logic. What is that?
Oh yeah. Before that, Jor-El sends Kal-El to Earth, encoding him with the genetic codex to preserve the Kryptonian race.
We're gonna talk about how stupid that is later, but we'll roll with it.
We'll roll with it for now.
Wait, isn't it weird that the codex is like a skull?
Yeah, why is it a skull?
I don't know.
Okay, well anyway.
And why does Jor-El have like a pet dragon to fly him when everyone is in like in a spaceship shooting lasers?
You know what that dragon reminds me of? You know Avatar? The blue people one, not the Airbender one.
Those things?
Yeah, kind of reminds me of those things.
Yeah, maybe that's why I was laughing when Jor-El landed on his home base and the thing freaking skid marked his face all over the landing pad.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the spaceship is escaping Krypton. Also, Jor-El is dead because Zod stabbed him before escaping.
No.
I mean, like, why wouldn't he go with his kid? I don't know why.
I guess.
I never understood that part.
I guess the spaceship wasn't big enough.
You think they could have built a bigger spaceship?
Well, actually, they explain within the context of this movie that they're bound to their fate, that their lives are on Krypton and they can't
Which
find
is
life
stupid.
anywhere else. Hey,
Stupid.
hey, at least they give a reason in this movie. They never explain in the Christopher Reeve film why they couldn't just go with him.
It's still a stupid idea.
Okay, anyways. Yeah, he lands on Earth.
Explodes.
Planet explodes, which somehow releases Zod and his followers. I don't understand.
From the Phantom Zone.
You know, the Phantom Zone, they worked so hard to put them in for like over centuries, but they were only in there for like 5 minutes.
For retooling or repurposing or whatever.
I guess.
Okay, so
Anyway, Kal-El makes it to Earth.
crashes into Smallville, Kentucky.
We don't actually see the crash though, but
And then, time skip.
we flash forward to when he's adult. Apparently, he did a lot of traveling around the world, saving people whoever people needed to be saved.
He was on this episode of Deadliest Catch, right?
Yeah.
And he saves a couple of oil worker guys from a burning oil rig
Yeah.
made by Aquaman.
We could use whales.
Oh god. Okay, so afterwards, he swims to land.
I'm assuming he either that or he just ran really fast on the water.
Don't lie, that had to suck.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
swims to land.
he steals some clothes, makes flashback. Something about his childhood and how he can't. He sees through bodies and super hearing bothering him.
This is important
Yeah.
because it shows him how he could focus on his abilities without being overcome.
Yeah. And then later we see Lois Lane. Where she's in the Arctic for some reason, because apparently the military found something in the Arctic region. And yeah, Clark is with her, and then he goes off on his own, finds this area where he finds that the key that he's had since childhood connects to this area, and he finds his father there.
In hologram form.
Hologram form, a really
And
good
he's
hologram.
given exposition.
Yeah. Exposition about who he is, where he came from, yada yada yada.
And he also gets his Superman outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, pause. Here's where I'm kind of confused. So, later on we find out that the ship that he found in the Arctic was basically a scouting ship sent there 3,000 years before he even landed on Earth.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is how there is a Superman suit just there for him specifically. And apparently it's also his size too.
Yep.
That always bugged me.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, and apparently the symbol on his chest, S, also means hope in Kryptonian.
Okay, yeah, that's what it stands for.
Okay, so Lois followed him, and then she's attacked by a robot, and then he saves her,
Yeah.
and he has to laser beam her flesh off. Right?
Yeah. Apparently that somehow heals her. I don't know how, but okay.
Bug it. And, the spaceship flies off,
Yeah.
and then he learns how to fly.
Yay!
Whee!
You can fly, you can fly.
I am the Superman.
Duh.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So Lois Lane finds out about Superman, but like she wouldn't like put it in the news, like Morpheus wouldn't allow it on the newspaper, so she leaks it to the internet by this one guy. And ever since then, she's like, okay, I'll keep it under wraps. And then that's when Zod does a radio transmission.
A poorly executed radio transmission, apparently. You think this advanced alien with advanced technology would be able to broadcast a clear broadcast?
I'll give it a pass because like maybe their technology is so advanced that it can't like be easily translated.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's General Zod. Oh no! And he's like, we are looking for the man who is doing all these incredible things.
Yeah.
And then like surrender or die.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then they're like, man, where is the Superman? And then the Morpheus is like, where is Superman? And she's like, I don't know. And then Superman is at home with his mom, and he's like, I know what I must do. And then like the next shot, you see him in his Superman outfit, flying, and there's a bunch of military people aiming their guns and tanks at him.
Yeah, that's gonna fucking work.
And he's like, don't worry, I surrender.
I come in peace.
And then like they freaking walk in through a hallway with freaking handcuffs.
Yeah, like those do anything. Again.
And then he gets in this conference room with Lois, explaining how he gave up for humanity, which is important because that's what Superman is all about.
Saving humanity.
He learned that from his adopted dad, who died in a tornado.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, in the flashback he finds out that his dad died in a tornado.
All because of a dog.
And he could have saved him, but his dad said no. They are not
because
ready.
He must know when to expose himself and when not to, and that is character development, people.
Yes.
I don't know why they missed it, but that is character development.
Yes, critics, there is fucking character development in this movie.
He is torn whether to do it or not.
Okay, anyway, back to the present day.
So anyways, like, he's talking to Lois, and then she almost says Superman. Almost! And then they get interrupted by the scientist guy, who I think is in every other low-budget sci-fi film, because I swear to God I saw him in Captain America.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Shut up! Okay, so, he, like, totally breaks his handcuffs. He's like, okay, let me deal with this. And then, like, then the military's like, we can't trust you. What if you're one of them? And then he's like, you have to trust me on this. Trust me. And then I think that's when they cut to the desert, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so they get to the desert, and there's just Superman, Lois Lane, just standing there, explaining everything, like giving their final words to each other. And then a scouting ship comes down, and then like this military right behind Superman, and then it's like, oh, it's that. It's that one chick from Superman 2. Actually, is it in the credits that it's her? It's Ursa, right?
Her name is Faora in this movie, but it's implied it's the same character.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Little tweak, but whatever. Okay, so she's badass. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about that later.
And then she's coming down, and then she's like, okay, I need you, and I need Lois Lane to come with us. And they're like,
for
what?
some retarded reason. Why?
I don't know. Okay, and she's like, what? And then they get on the ship. Oh, fun fact, like, Superman gives Lois Lane his, like, stick thingy. Key thing.
Stick thingy.
It's important later. So then he gets onto the spaceship with General Zod. He meets General Zod, and then, oh no, Superman is throwing up blood. Apparently, there's Kryptonian atmosphere in that spaceship. I don't know how that works out. And then, like, he's not used to it because he's been born on Earth. And then he blacks out. And then he has this weird pseudo-dream psychic connection with General Zod. And then General Zod's explaining what happened to him ever since Krypton exploded.
Yeah.
And you take it from here.
Okay. Basically, he tells him how he was wandering planets. He found this World Eater thing that we're going to see later.
World Engine.
Yeah, and then he tells him that he needs the genetic codex to save Krypton. Because apparently this genetic codex is so important that they could help revive their entire race. Or something like that. I don't know. It's never properly explained why. So anyway, Kal-El doesn't agree, but to do this, they would have to destroy everyone on Earth, which of course Superman doesn't want to do because he's going that's not right to kill that many people. So, anyways, yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So apparently the World Engine is able to terraform planets to fit a Kryptonian atmosphere because apparently they don't want to be they don't have superpowers or something like that. And because terraforming, they destroy everyone on the planet, so Superman gets pissed off. But he can't do anything about it because he's strapped to a surgery chair and he gets his blood taken out. Meanwhile, Lois is in a chamber with a helmet for some reason. Well, actually, the helmet is used so she could breathe, but whatever. And then she's like, man, how do I get out of here? Oh, wait, there's a keyhole, apparently, in the freaking prisoner chamber. And she pulls out Superman's stick, inserts it, and then apparently it activates the ship's hologram capabilities. And hey, look, it's Superman's dad. And then he's like, okay, this is what you have to do. There's a way to beat them. And how to save your planet's race. You must exactly do what I say. And then there's that whole epic scene of her running through the spaceship, and then he's like, go left, go right, go left, go right, pause, and then he like totally closes the door. He opens the door. He's like, move left, move right, pick up that gun, shoot here, shoot there, pew, pew. And then he's like, here's the escape pod, and you know what you must do. And then like before he leaves, it's like, move your head left. And then it's like, oh crap, it's that one chick. And then she escapes, but the pod is damaged. And he's heading towards us while burning. Meanwhile, where Superman is at, apparently they turned off the Kryptonian atmosphere, and then he's able to bust out of there. And before he leaves, well, wait, there's a giant hole in the spaceship, right? When he's about to leave.
Yes, there was. He punched.
I'm surprised nothing is flying out.
Logic, what's that?
Logic, and then he gets final words from his eyes like, "Go save her. You can do this. You know what you must do. You must be the Superman, or Hope, or whatever." And then he flies out, rescues Lois from the escape pod. It, like, hella crashes, and then she's like, my god, they probed my brain about everything. He's like, don't worry, I got you. Meanwhile, this is happening. Zod sent a scouting ship to get the codex, which he believes is in the escape pod that he landed on Earth with. So they go there, they find the pod, but like nothing's in there, you know? And then, what do they do after that? Superman comes in and he totally like takes them to the town.
Oh, okay, this is what happened. They were looking for the codex at his house. Superman sensed it, and then he just crashed right into Zod and started punching him. And then he broke Zod's helmet because Zod just barely getting used to his Kryptonian powers on Earth because he can't deal with the same things Clark was dealing with earlier in the film. So he retreats for now and then leaves things to his second in command, Faora, and this other guy who you don't see.
And then he's like, everyone get inside.
Which wouldn't really help if there were two superpowered beings duking it out.
And they totally wreck the entire town.
Yes.
No lie, the action sequences in this movie were epic.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so the military is also in there. The guy from Law and Order Special Victims Unit is apparently in this movie. And then he's like, fire on the 3 Kryptonians. And then like they're shooting at him. And then like the 2 bad guys are like wrecking their shit. And then Superman is like there to help out the army guys. And then he doesn't really beat them up. He like wards them away. Like they're able to escape. But then the army guys are like, okay, he's cool. So then after that, Zod activates the World Engine. So apparently the World Engine is like a separate spaceship, and then they have their own spaceship. They plant one spaceship on the other side of the world. They plant their spaceship on top of Metropolis, and they start doing this laser thingy drill to the center of the Earth, and that's how they terraform. And when they do that, they mess up the Earth's gravity, and then everything and everyone around it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And I gotta admit, that's gotta be the suckiest way to die.
Up and down.
My friends call it the dubstep machine. I don't know why.
Okay.
So, while that's happening, Lois explains to the military and Superman how they could totally defeat them by sending him to the Phantom Zone, and they do it by jury-rigging his escape pod that he landed on Earth and crash it in their spaceship to make a black hole to warp into the Phantom Zone. Totally not stealing the plotline to the Star Trek reboot, but whatever. So, the military guys are like, okay, we'll use it on that ship. Superman, you have to deal with the world engine on the other side of the world. And he's like, got it. So, while they're doing that, Superman is fighting... He's fighting mechanical tentacle thingy. Right?
Yeah, which is the other terraforming thing. I believe. I guess.
I don't know why, but sure.
Sure, why not?
Why not? Here's my gripe about it.
Yeah.
I don't think you needed it. What they could have done is, because since it's terraforming to be like Krypton, he
Yeah.
could totally be like in a weakened state.
Yeah.
And he's like desperate. He's like, ah, God, I'm dying, and I can't do anything. A bunch of people are dying. He gets sucked into the hole, and then he goes all the way. He gets pushed all the way to like Metropolis, and then he remembers it. And he remembers his words from like Jor-El and his dad and everyone, and then he like musters in that strength to totally shoot up and destroy that world engine. I am totally stealing that from Jeremy Johns, but I don't care. That's a good idea. So that totally messes up their terraforming plan, and like the plane carrying the spaceship to make a black hole is on its way, and then the chick from earlier like comes in and tries to disrupt their plan, and okay, and when they're trying to insert the stick, Superman's stick, into the escape pod to activate it, it won't go in, right? And then the scientist guy's like, give me a second, I'm wondering how come this isn't working. And then, like, apparently the spaceship wasn't turned right, because the spaceship is activated by turning it.
Oh, yeah.
Kryptonian logic. So he turns it, it activates, it, like, presses it in, and then the guy from Law and Order is, like, seeing this chick, and then he like totally gasses the plane into the ship because he's like F you, and then it explodes, and then there's a giant black hole to the Phantom Zone, and then everyone is sucked in except General Zod. What was General Zod doing again? Did he fall or did? Oh no! General Zod got in the scouting ship that Superman was in, took it over, and then he was like flying it towards the main ship, and then Superman totally like cannonballs it straight through to crash it into Metropolis, which is already fucked up already by this point. And then like he gets warped. Superman is in the huge ass crater of Metropolis. A bunch of people, including Lois, are looking at him. He thinks it's over. Nope, General Zod is right there, hella pissed off, and we have this epic fight scene where they totally destroy everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, there's a bunch of Easter eggs in this movie.
Bunch of Easter eggs. You see LexCorp, and you see Wayne Industries with the satellite dish. Fun fact. Okay, so they end up in Grand Central Station, I think, and General Zod is like laser beaming, like trying to kill this family because he's like, F it.
And Superman's like, no.
And then he's like, yes. And then he's like, no! And then next snap.
Fuck your couch. Boom.
And then he's like, oh, God, this sucks, because he basically killed the last freaking Kryptonian.
Yep.
And then Lois is apparently there because she ran that far.
Yep.
And then he's all, like, crying, and then she's holding him to make it. She's like, it's alright. And then, we immediately cut to everything fixed, right? Like, no memorial or anything, or no mention it in the newspapers. It's just, like, quick cut to a few days later. And then Superman totally destroys this drone. And he's like, hey, army guy, stop trying to find out where I live. How can we trust you? You're just gonna have to trust me. And then he flies off.
Bitch,
and then the
please.
lieutenant right next to you is like, okay, he's pretty hot. And then the guy's like, you know what, you're doing it. Push up in the middle of the desert. And she's like, yes, sir.
Yes.
And then, what happens next?
Okay, he spends time with his mother. He decides to take the job as a reporter at the Daily Planet to get closer to dangerous situations without arousing suspicion. Thus donning the nerdy glasses and the suit.
And Lois recognizes him, but she'll go along with it.
And then the movie ends.
Yay!
And that was The Man of Steel.
The short version.
Is it a good movie? Yes. Is it a fantastic movie? I can see
Not so much.
I can see some problems with it.
I see some problems with it. A lot of fight scenes.
Drag
I
on.
don't understand.
They drag on for a bit.
They kind of drag on for a bit. And...
But I think that has
earlier,
I think that has more.
that movie.
I think that has a lot to do with Superman not really having anything to do in his movies. Because what we had before this was Christopher Reeves and Superman Returns, where he didn't really do anything that related to a fight. It's just like, oh, I'm Superman. Oh, I have to save these people. Oh, these Kryptonians are coming in. Oh, I'm gonna beat their asses pretty easily. All I had to do is lower them here. Oh, powers are gone. You're dead, bitch. So I think that a lot had to do with how Superman movies were going, and Zack Snyder just wanted to portray Superman in a more dynamic position, I guess. I don't know. I still think the movie was good and it held up pretty well. If anyone is planning to watch this movie, ignore the critics' reviews, and because the critics' reviews, while insightful, they shouldn't affect your opinion at all. They shouldn't. Okay.
Let's see. They could have done Lois better.
Yeah.
A little bit better. Make her a little more of a diva, but not that much. I already mentioned with the World Engine thing. A lot of people died in that movie, and
Yes.
I think a lot of critics think of that as a negative. But the thing I'm arguing is that it's a world-threatening event. Superman's just starting out. There has to be a little bit of casualty. That doesn't make it more tenseful. Because honestly, while I was watching the movie, when he's in that fight scene and he's getting his ass kicked, I'm like, oh my god, this can't get any worse. Man, they're terraforming the planet. Oh, this is so effed up. How are they gonna fight? How are they gonna deal with this? And then, the tension, build up of tension, is and the climax.
Yeah.
That's what you need in the Superman movie. You can't have it be all talk.
Yes, there has to be action. That's why Superman Returns sucked. Because there was no action, there was little to nothing happening in that movie, and by the time something did happen in that movie, you were probably half asleep in your seat by that point.
Snyder watched that movie and was like, man, this is how you do a Superman movie.
Bitch, please.
Bam! I think what they could have done is that have General Zod try to take over Krypton, but make it not while the planet's exploding. Make it a few while back.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. Yeah.
Have that pulled back a little bit more, and then have him be he was a good friend with Jor-El, and then have that be thrown in a little more emotional contact, and have Superman cry a bit when he gets to Metropolis. It's all destroyed, because that's the kind of thing that bugged me. Because he's Lois, he kisses, everything's all right. No, it's not. A lot of people died in that movie.
Yes.
Just have more emotion, and that will give him that drive to be better,
Yeah.
And him killing Zod, that's character development too.
Yeah, that is character development.
Everyone's saying Superman doesn't kill. Zack Snyder's here's the reason why he shouldn't kill. Because he killed in the first place, and it was horrible.
It was horrible.
And he doesn't want to do it again. Last thing, I wish they added like a mention or a more memorial to everyone who freaking died during that movie, because they kind of brushed that off to the side real quick.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Not that cold.
Yeah. I do like how that ending scene in the end where he's like, okay, she knows he's Clark Kent. She knows who he is already. There's no bullshit Clark Kent disguise around her.
I like that. I really like that.
Because I have never believed that she could work with this guy for so long and not figure out the similarities between him and Superman. Come on, fucking.
I like that.
Fucking
I like how they
idiots.
did that. I cannot wait for the sequel in Justice League. Cross your fingers.
I think if they did a sequel, I think I would want Brainiac and Lex Luthor to be in this movie.
Dude, do it.
We've already seen LexCorp here. We've already, and if they possibly do a World's Finest movie with Batman and Superman there, we already have the Wayne Enterprises signs here. DC could totally do it if they wanted to. And they mentioned this is going to be this movie is intended to launch a shared fictional universe of DC comic book characters on film. So yeah, they have to do it. Oh, if you guys can find Easter eggs that we couldn't find, kudos to you.
Yeah.
Because I only saw about 4 or 3. Yeah, I've only seen the movie twice, and I've only seen like a couple.
Only once in IMAX. And it was awesome.
Yeah, so this movie could definitely pave the way for the world's finest in Justice League movies we've wanted for so fucking long.
Cross your fingers and pray to God.
Of course, they would have to recast Batman if they were to do another world's finest movie.
Do it.
I don't think Christopher Nolan's Batman could fit in this universe.
Nope.
Even though it is Christopher Nolan is working on this movie, they've already confirmed that Man of Steel 2 is going to have Christopher Nolan back again, but he's going to play a much smaller role in the production of this movie, I guess. Not that he's really. I guess he has creative control here.
I don't trust.
So,
Final thought?
good movie. People, go fucking see it. Fuck the critics and their review. Go see it.
Watch it. Bring a friend.
Bring a date. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's awesome, guys. Just go see it now.
It's like a phenomenon.
Come on, would we lie to you guys? Awkward silence. Okay. Anyway, I guess we're done here.
Yep.
Okay, anyway, guys, this is ShadowLink793.
And I'm his cousin.
And we are ShadowCuz Comms.
And
Name in progress.
rate, comment, subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.